Hi, are you looking for a mid-weight Eurogame with strong theme and interesting mechanics you may not have seen before? Well, have I got a game for... Sorry, my favorite channel just uploaded and I have to watch this. Just give me a sec. Hiya, and welcome back to Be Quiet and Seated, the online talk show all about books, and the government secrets keeping you from ascending to the next plane. Today we're joined live by self-help expert Emily V. Mealone, who's here to promote her new ebook, How to Be Happy, and rub it in their faces. Emily, are you there?
Hi Emily, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I'm having to do this from my car. I was just busy out running out.
Emily, thanks for being here.
So happy to be here.
Well, you're the only one who said yes, so...
Oh,
yes.
Right.
Exactly, so tell us about your book.
Yes, so we've all heard people say happiness isn't a competition.
Yes, have we?
We have.
Indeed.
And if we're constantly comparing our lives to others, we can feel down and depressed.
Ooh. Bad.
Good.
Good.
Yes, the people who say that are a bunch of idiots.
Yes, are they?
They are, because they tell me it's bad to look at my ex's Instagram until 3 a.m. They tell me who cares what Alex is up to? Who cares if Alex is with their yoga instructor now? Well, I've published a book now, Alex. What has she ever done? The Downward Dog? She's not better than me. She's not better than me.
Okay then, don't download that book. Coming up next, could watermelons hold the secret to joining the Zerlogs? But first, here's your joke of the day. What do you call a popular deer who's now reunited with their mother? Bamboo is a game all about growing the titular perennial flowering plants in order to take care of your family and make sure everyone is happy.
Cute.
So that you can rub it in the faces of neighbor families with their sad little pathetic excuses for lives.
Oh my.
This is publisher De Vere's third installment in their Kamushi
Nice try.
saga, which has seen us raising and grazing worms in Silk, which Matt did a video review on back in 2019. He's a worm in it, that's like peak Matt. And helping lost souls as forest spirits in Batoku, which Matt and Tom did a whole episode of the Shut Up and Sit Down podcast on. So much content! What these games shared, apart from their apparent settings, are the beautiful, enticing aesthetics which draw you into what are actually quite crunchy and thoughtful strategy games. Does Bamboo continue this trend? Yeah, it does. Let's look. In Bamboo, you have 4 years, each consisting of 4 seasons, in order to squeeze the most happiness out of your family as possible. Sounds easy, right? What are you, 10? When was the last time you genuinely smiled? It's been at least 5 days! Happiness is the points of the game, with the player finishing with the most happiness being the overall winner. Look upon me and cry, you have failed your family! But how do you make everyone happier? Well, ostensibly, with stuff.
Oops.
Each player has their own player board representing their cozy little family home, with a place to keep bamboo, some drawers to store their cash, a pot to keep their incense, a family portrait, there I am Panda People,
Wow.
and this wealth of currently empty
Possibilities.
Sure, your house seems nice now, but it's those possibilities, those empty nooks. There's room for improvement here. My kids are gonna love when I bring home a fish, a sword, a bento box, ooh yummy bento box, ooh, a rock in the shape of a man's head, a bonsai, another bonsai, they love their bonsai, they're gonna love me, they're gonna love me, they're gonna love me. I hope they love me. Adding improvements is a key way of generating happiness, but it's not about excess. It's not actually about having the coolest stuff. At its core, this game is about balance. Let's find out how. Ooh. Oh, there's the camera. Balance is a theme that's all throughout this game, from its literal and direct presence in the home improvement puzzle to its underlying traces in the strategy of the game's action structure. I am very uncomfortable. Each year starts in spring, with players receiving an additional incense and action as a gift from the forest, which will make more sense as I explain summer. The weather is fine. The days are long. Not a cloud in sight. Maybe take a load off and head over to the beach. No, there's work to be done. You have bamboo to grow, chump. This is the hefty main phase of the game, where we get to use our bamboo to interact with what is arguably the game's main draw, which is its unique action selection system. Tell me more. Okay. Each bamboo shoot has an icon at its top, which corresponds to one of the 4 available actions. These coins gain you funds, this onigiri lets you cook, this pot lets you improve your home, and this scale lets you balance. More on those in a little bit. Some shoots have this star icon, which is wild and will let you take any of the 4 actions your sweet little heart desires. Bamboo also comes in 4 colors, each corresponding to a section of the reserve in your home. On your turn, you'll move your action marker to a different color from the one it's on and activate all the bamboo there, performing their actions. Then we take a trip over to the main board stalk field to do some growing. Taking those bamboo shoots, you'll plop each one at the bottom of one of these 4 stalks and make it grow. Taking the shoots from the top of the newly grown stalk and putting them in your home. home. I cannot express to you how satisfying this is to do. Oh yeah, oh, that's the stuff, Yikes. Not only is this a satisfying process, it's also a fairly strategic one. Choosing which stalks to grow to produce the shoots that you want, while also considering where you want to bury your best shoots in order to prolong your opponents from getting them. It's neat and unique, and doesn't feel anywhere near as gimmicky as I expected when I first saw it. My thumbs are up! You can set up these big turns where you've lined up exactly what you want all in one color, like a cannon loaded and ready to fire. And firing it feels great as you do action after action in one big beautiful turn. But there is a limit to it. Not only do the bamboo shoot colors correspond to your board, but they also correspond to these 4 temples, each one occupied by a spirit of the forest. When you choose a temple and activate its bamboo, you must give an offering of incense to the temple of that color, at a rate of 1 incense for every activated shoot. These offerings play 2 roles, the first being a hard cut to the number of actions you can take each year. Once you're out of incense, you're done. Summer's over, and you aren't given many. You start the game with 3 and only gain 1 extra every spring, so every action has to be deliberate and considered. Your family is depending on you. The other function of these offerings is an area control minigame over the temples and the spirits inside. The player with the most incense in a temple come autumn will gain the power of the spirit, such as Tanuki, who lets you take an extra home improvement action, Ukami, who gives you more food, and Kitsune, who lets you treat all shoots as wild for a turn.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so here are the 4 actions. The fund action gains you 2 coins from the bank. The improve your home action lets you take 1 coin or, much more importantly, buy one of the home tiles from the market, gaining some happiness and adding it to your home. Then there's the cook action, where you take one of the food counters from the board. Food is important during winter, where you'll need to feed your family. The rest of the time they're sustained by the sun and good vibes. Nice. The amount of food you need depends on how many improvements you've made to your home. 1 food unit for every improvement. I don't know how that works thematically. Am I just getting that excited with every improvement that me and my panda husband are just popping out children? Or do I have to feed?
I'm so hungry.
If you don't have enough food come winter, you'll lose happiness. Oh, Billy died of starvation. That makes me 2 points quantifiably less happy. I have emotions. Finally, there's the balance action, where you can choose to take 1 straight up, no strings attached, happiness point, or you can do 2 of the following actions. You can obtain balance, choosing one of these balance tiles from the board and adding it to your home. Each one is a little interior decorating challenge that will net you some sweet happiness if you get it done. For example, this tile will give you 4 points for having at least 7 of these comfort points on faith improvement anywhere in your home, while this tile will get you 3 points if you have a garden type improvement with a faith type improvement to its right on the left side of your home. Does anyone else hear a high-pitched ringing? You then use the balance action to score the rewards. The challenges these tiles present can be incredibly tricky, but meeting them and getting those sweet points is crucial to your victory. And the more improvements you have just means that you're well on your way to meeting future tiles, right? I put a decoration on the left side of my house for the last tile. Now this tile wants a decoration above a faith type improvement. That was hard to say. I'll just whack a faith on there and roll in the points. Yes, but also I wish. There's an extra layer to this puzzle. The house must be balanced. The house must be balanced. The house must be balanced. By the end of the game, your left side of your house and your right side of your house need to have as close to equal comfort value as possible. Because if they don't, every point of difference will be 2 happiness points taken away from your final score. Which is so frustrating and could completely change the game and... Can you tell I've lost from this before? Can you tell it was 2 times? This puzzle of balancing the home while also completing the challenges feels like walking a tightrope with a little voice in your ear saying, take a step to the left. I'll give you $5. It feels wrong. I'll plunge to my inevitable doom, but $5 is $5, and points are points. It's too tempting! Bamboo is a game where you have so few actions that you want to make every move count, and your instinct is to just bound ahead and get as many happiness points as possible. But the game punishes you for overextending yourself, and I'm talking complete and utter beatdown. No action can be ignored because they all play into each other. You need money to improve your home, you need food for every improvement you've made, and you need improvements to fulfill balance challenges to get the most happiness points. No action is unnecessary, but it's about when to use them, what to focus on now, and what will need attention later. Mastering that tug of war is what will bring you to victory. Or I don't know, maybe you can just starve your family the whole game and just improve your house and come out with the win. Doesn't seem likely, but I haven't tried it. I'm not a monster. Okay, summer's over. Goodbye, short sleeves. Thank God I'm freezing. Oh gosh, that's so much better. Okay, let's talk about this production. This game is genuinely beautiful. The artwork, from the box to the spirits to the family portraits, is so full of charm and character. It just makes for an absolute treat as you take in all of the details of the game's world. Couple that with these chunky wooden pieces in this vibrant array of colors, and brown and white, but you get it. And you have a stellar object that looks great on the table. And all of this in such a small box. What? Bamboo has clearly been made with being as compact as possible in mind. This has its benefits and also its possibilities. possible downsides. Some of the components, particularly the home and balance tiles, can feel very fiddly, especially as you have to move them a lot, as you often have to replenish the market. It was a bit tedious for me, but for somebody with fine motor skill impairment, it doesn't seem incredibly accessible. But the trade-off is that you get a lot of game in a box of this size, tightly packed with barely any room to move. Which makes it even more impressive that they somehow found room to pack it full of lies. Okay, I'm being a bit dramatic, but I feel jaded, deceived, or at least I worry that people could. Okay. If you see a game that's this cute in this size box, describing itself as being about family and balance with these serene landscapes, you're probably going to assume that it's a fairly light, relaxing experience. It's not. This game will get you crunching. It will leave you more stressed than a trans girl suddenly thrust in front of an audience that's far too big. It's far too big. All that crunching, all that analysis the game asks you to do actually brings me to my biggest issue, which goes hand in hand with the biggest draw I mentioned earlier. The action selection system leaves the game with odd pacing. For as much as taking turbo turns can feel rewarding and satisfying for the player in the moment, the only true benefits to them are timing their actions and leaving a nice stack of incense at a temple. You don't actually get any more actions than anyone else. Everyone has the same number of incense, so if you've used up yours early by making big turns, you're just gonna have to wait while everyone else uses up theirs. This makes for a lot of uneven downtime. It doesn't feel smooth and only elevates the possibility for AP. I personally felt like this game worked best at 2 players. The pacing issues are less noticeable and you can actually plan ahead in your downtime because the game state doesn't change so much from turn to turn. In spite of those issues, it's really a solid experience. There's a surprising amount of depth here for a game that's fairly easy to teach and will no doubt draw people in with its gorgeous production. So if any of that appeals to you and you want to give a cool, unique mechanic a go, you could do far worse. Believe me, I've seen far worse.
Oh, give me a little bit of food. I'm so hungry, please. Yeah.